So let me just point this out to you guys really quick. I'm gonna be reviewing the Smurfs, The Legend of Smurfy Hallow. I just want to point this out really quick, that if you think that this is gonna use the same animation, that's on the DVD cover that I'm gonna bring up really quick, that from the same Smurf movies with Neil Patrick Harris, prepare for nightmare fuel because they tried something different. Oh, and you see Brainy? He's technically the main focus of this movie, but he's not the one of the main Smurfs that we see. And neither is Smurfette, Brainy, or Papa Smurf in this regard. And this is a play on the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. If you guys want to see a better Legend of Sleepy Hollow, go and watch Doug Walker's Dark Toons. I'll link it in the description down below. Very good review of it with Ben Crosby. Very great. There's also the movie with Johnny Depp, which is better than this. This is a very bad Halloween movie that came out basically around the same time that Toy Story, the Toy Story of Terror or whatever came out. Yeah, so, not gonna be very good. Also, just look at the Smurfs. Especially Papa Smurf. That definitely gained weight face. Anyways, on to the review. The Smurf Legend of Smurfy Hollows introduces to us our main character, Gutsy Smurf, voiced by Alan Cup. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. These Smurfs are not the same Smurfs that you might be thinking of. These Smurfs are hefty, paranoid, and clumsy. Why? I tain't a clue. There's one paranoid, there's hefty, and there's clumsy. Why are they all talking? I have no idea. But paranoid Smurf runs away once they get scared. Who do they get scared by? The one and only joked narrator Smurf. So narrator Smurf decides to be a dick and decides to tell the three of them, especially one named Paranoid Smurf, that about the legend of Smurfy Hallow. As Sony Animation tried to do the Smurfs animation that I grew up with, that doesn't work for this film. Now listen, in some animated films this could work, the sudden change of animation. But here's the thing. The one that Sony uses to promote this movie is right here. These guys. Not this one. These ones. So why go back to their traditional Hanna-Barbera sense and try something new? Well, there you go. Papa Smurf summed it all up. That's a meme right there. I want 20 memes of that by my desk on Monday, people. Anyways, it's time for the traditional Smurf hunt with Alan Cummings voicing Gutsy Smurf and Brainy voiced by the one and only Fred Armisen. And Brainy being a dick. Gutsy's just upset that Brainy has won so many times, and yet he's claiming that something's up with it. There's no way that Brainy could have won this many times, not without having a secret deep down inside, so Gutsy investigates. So Gutsy followed Brainy through Smurfy Hollow, and this is when we find out his surprise. He found a whole bunch of berries all to himself. So Gutsy Smurf hatches an idea. He hatches an awful idea. He hatches an amazing, quite terribly, frankly amazing, terribly awful idea. He decides to put on a stage of the Headless Horseman to scare Brainy away from his Smurfberries. This worked to his advantage, so Gutsy Smurf gains a point for being a dick to Brainy after Brainy's been a dick to everybody by this point in the Smurfs, but Brainy's paranoid and runs all the way back to Smurfy Hollow. Where not only Gutsy's declared the winner, but he's starting to get a little worried about Brainy, especially since everybody keeps asking him, say, what happened to Brainy? So, paranoid, Gutsy decides to go looking for Brainy and see where the little Smurf had ended up, the only result to be meted by the one and only Smurfette. But they do end up finding Brainy, locked in a trap, up in a tree, thanks to the one and only Gargamel, because of course this has to have Gargamel in it. So we cut to Gargamel, voiced by Hank Azaria, and his cat, Azrael, voiced by Frank Welker, as he's trying to do an experiment that Azrael interrupts. Now, here's another main gripe I have with this movie, what makes it even worse. I thought the whole movie would have been about the tale of Sleepy Hollow, just Smurfified, if that makes sense. Basically, like, I wanted to see what the Smurf would do with such a great legend of Sleepy Hollow. Then they introduced Gargamel, and I'm like, well, now you kind of ruined it because you could just kind of have this have be all about the Smurfy Hollow legend, but no, you had to include Gargamel as well. And I love Hank Azaria, don't get me wrong, I love the guy. He's a great voice actor, but it just sucks, man, that he's in this when this should have been just about the legend of Sleepy Hollow. But I digress. Again, go and watch Doug Walker Dirt Toons on Sleepy Hollow. Again, link in the description. So, caught by Gargamel, Brainy, Gutsy, and Smurfette decide, say, we should team up and try to get out of here together. And does the plan work? Of course a diddly it does. But it does not squeeze Smurfette, only Gutsy and Brainy. So, as will, and of course the man, the myth, and legend himself, Gargamel come to after Smurfette. But the Smurfs all escape as Gargamel's gonna get them when suddenly they're saved by the Smurfy Hallow. And even Gargamel is fucking paranoid. Poor Gargamel. Of course, they get chased by the legend of Smurfy Hollow and chased through the wooded areas and trees. But, small problem here. This doesn't work for the Smurfs. Hear me out. The Smurfs are all about kids, right? You know, they're all for kids. Even I would have my own kids, if I ever have any, watch the Smurfs. That's what you get out of this. It's supposed to be about the Smurfs. It's supposed to be about these little creatures, their adventures and everything. But Sleepy Hollow, the story of Sleepy Hollow is not for kids. It's a horror story. I mean, yeah, Walt Disney did a good job idolizing the legend, but it's a guy who lost his head. Papa Smurf only did this for a reason, and sorry to say spoilers, but you'll see what I mean. But yeah, this was all done just to have Gutsy and Brainy as friends. Because in the terms of My Little Pony, which Jesus Christ, My Little Pony would do this so much better, friendship is magic or some fucking bullshit like that. Anyway, back to the movie. So they realize Smurfy Hollow, Jesus Christ, cannot even pass through the gate, so they have to cross the gate because he can't pass through because of magic or some bullshit or blah blah blah. They make it to the fence only to back away the horrid creature of the night. And everybody is happy and satisfied except for Gargamel, who decides to tease the evil creature. Of course, gets his comeuppance and gets launched into the water, same as Adriel, who ends up climbing upon him just so he could have a swim. Poor them, only the best. So as you'd expect, Gutsy and Brainy end up making amends with one another. Gutsy apologizing for everything that he'd done to Brainy, and Brainy apologizing for being a giant dick. And the day is saved by the medal going on Lazy Smurf. Gotta hand it to Lazy Smurf. Smurfy Hollow? Well, Papa Smurf decided to be a jackass and turn a goat and a butterfly into the legend of Smurfy Hollow, thus ending our story. But what about the other Smurfs, you might be saying? Well, they all get paranoid, and they do one thing that they do best. Wait until morning? Nah, they decide to run their asses right back home after seeing a handful of bats. And this was Smurfs, Legend of Smurfy Hollow, written by Todd Berger, and I gotta say, this is not a very good film, especially for the fact that this is sold as a movie, and it's as long as Batman the Animated Series, or basically any episode of, SpongeBob. It's only, 22 minutes long, which, it's quite standard, but it's a short film. It's mediocre, it's kind of badly written, the voice actors, they're doing their best, especially Alan Cummins as Gusty, he does a great job, but the animation choices between this was stupid. I know why they did it, to show, the path of animation till now, but it wasn't worth it for this film. Again, check out Doug Walker's Dark Toons episode on The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's more worth it than this is. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another review. And I'm sad to say that July has started out with kind of a bad one. So I'll see you guys on Independence Day with something a little bit more better? Question mark? So I'll see you next time.